Just like always, we're going to be doing level 1, then level 2, then level 3, in that order. All right, so today I have a lot to go over. That's why I'm not kind of waiting till more people get on, because yesterday we went a little over, and I want to try and keep from doing that today. So we are on 17 Laws, Chapter 6, which is the Law of the Catalyst. The Law of the Catalyst. Now, this is, again, for level 1, so let me do a little thing. 1. Cool. All right, so this is for level 1. Now, Chapter 6, the Law of the Catalyst. It says winning teams have players who make things happen. All right, it says catalysts are get it done and then some people. That means people that are catalysts know what they're doing, right? So they're gonna do whatever they can to get what they need to get done, and they're gonna do more after that. They're gonna keep going further and further. All right, so characteristics of a catalyst. Number 1, blank can sense things that others don't. This is intuitive. Intuitive. Cool. So, intuitive can sense things that others don't. This is very important. If you want to be a catalyst, again, a catalyst is someone that gets things done and then some kind of people. They're leaders, right? Well, you have to be intuitive. That means that you kind of see things that are going to happen before they're going to happen. And this could be good or bad. Here at the karate school, we're really good at that, where if we know something's going to happen, like we just look at someone and they look like they're about to hurt themselves and do something wrong, well, we're going to stop that and get them back on track, right? That's what this means. That's called intuition. That's intuitive. All right? So the more intuitive you can be, the more you're going to kind of perceive things and make them work in your favor. Number 2, blank says things that others don't. This is communicative. This is a big word. Communicative. Communicative. That's a V, not an N. That's a V, not an N. Boop. There we go. All right, communicative. So, says things that others don't. So, part of being a catalyst, part of being anyone on a team, if you want to be on a team in any sense of the way, you need to have good communication. Right? You have to be able to talk to anyone about anything. You can't just, expect people to know what you're thinking. No. You have to over-communicate. That's the whole point of a team, is you should be able to tell them exactly what's up, right? So the way they say it is, says things that others don't. So they have to be able to say the things that others don't want to hear, right? So if you're on a team and someone's not pulling their weight, you need to be able to tell them, hey, you're not doing really well right now. You need to pick it up. If you're on a team and you can say that to someone else, then you're kind of being a catalyst. You're being honest, and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. All right? When you're having communication, you have to have clear communication. It can't just be, do this. It has to be beneficial to everyone on the team to know what you're trying to get across. All right? So communication, number 1 thing that you need to have in order to be on a team effectively. Number 3, blank feels things that others don't. This is passionate. Sweet. Passionate. So it feels things that others don't. This is very important. If you're on a team, well, if you'll have to be passionate about whatever is going on there, right? And the more passionate you are about that, the more other people are going to want to do what you're doing and work harder to achieve the goal. So like here at the karate school, our goal is black belt, right? Well, if the instructors were not passionate about earning black belt, we were not passionate about what we're doing here, well, it'd be a lot harder for us to find students like you guys who are willing to learn from us and grow with us. All right? And so, yeah, I mean, I'm super passionate about what I do here, right? I make sure that every time I come in, I'm giving my all and making sure that everything that I give you guys is exactly what you need. All right, so be passionate. Number 4, that was number 3. So number 4, blank can do things that others can't. This is talented. Talented. So this one's super important too. Now, when I say talented, I don't mean innately talented. You're not someone that is gonna like just pick up something and be instantly the best at it. That's not what I mean by talented. Talented can also be with practice, right? Practice is my favorite word by far. Anything you want to achieve can be done through practice. The more you practice something, the better you're gonna get, no matter what it is. All right, so you can do things that others can't. So talented, if you're working hard, if you're doing everything that you're supposed to, you're gonna get more and more talented, and you're gonna be able to be that catalyst, all right? No matter what it is, it could be karate, it could be school, it could be anywhere at all right? But the more you do things, the better you're gonna get and the more talented you're gonna be. Number 5, blank. Thinks things that others don't. Thinks things that others don't. This is creative. I'll bring it up here so it's easier to write. Creative. All right, so another important one, creative. To be a catalyst, you got to be able to think outside of the box, right? And this is really important because if you're only thinking in a narrow mind, if you're only thinking in one direction, then you're going to miss everything else that can help you grow. All right, so be part of being a catalyst, part of being someone that can like make things get done. You want to be able to be creative and think outside of the box. You want to be able to see more than just what is required. Right? So another way of thinking about this, super easy, right, is if I am training to be a great spar in karate, right, if I do one thing and that's it, am I going to get better at everything else or just that one thing? It's just that one thing, right? And I'm missing all the other things outside of that can help me get better and help me improve, right? Then that's why we have so many different things that you guys can do here at the karate school. That's why we're teaching so many different things. The more you do different drills, the better you're gonna get. Number 6, blank does things that others can't. Does things that others can't. This is initiating. Initiating. So, catalysts are get it done and then some people, like we've been talking this whole time, right? Well, they're not going to wait for other people to start something, right? Catalysts are going to start right away. They're just going to start going automatically, all right? Because they know that the sooner they can do something, the sooner they get done, and the sooner they can go on to the next task. All right, and that's what initiating is. They're gonna get it done, just get it done, right? And that's what catalysts do. They get it done and then some people, they get it done. And that's initiating. They get it done by starting first or right away. Number 7, carries things that others can't. Carries things that others can't. This is responsible. Responsible. This one's pretty self-explanatory, right? They're able to carry things that others can't. And I don't mean physically. I mean they're able to bring on more to their plate and get them all done, right? Catalysts are very good at, oh, this needs done, this needs done, this needs done. Let's get it done, go. And they do it, right? That's important part of being a catalyst, is having responsibility and making sure that you get the work done. Number 8, gives things that others don't. Gives things that others don't. This is generous. Generous. They're generous, right? They're able to give back. They're not just going to keep everything to themselves. They're giving back to other people and being able to share, kind of thing, right? So if you want to be a catalyst, you get everything done, but you're not just going to do it all yourself. Well, you're going to be able to push other people on your team to have the same attitude and work the same as you. And the more you can do that, the more generous you're going to be, right? And if it's a team effort, it's not just your cool, awesome ability that got you there, it's the entire team's, right? That's part of being generous. And that's part of being a leader. A leader will never just take everything on for themselves. They're gonna be like, hey, the team helped me out. The team is the reason why we passed. And the last one, number 9. Blank leads teammates in a way that others can't. This is influential. Influential. So yeah, they're going to be a leader in the group, and they're going to, again, be able to lead other people in the direction that they need to go. All right, teamwork thought. Games are won by get it done and then some people, right? Any of them. Becoming a better team member. How are you when it comes to crunch time on your team? Are you able to do all this stuff and explode forward, or do you kind of hold back and not do anything? So part of that is start to improve yourself by doing the following things. Number 1, find a mentor. Hi, my name's Mr. Morris. I am your leadership mentor. Welcome to this class. You guys have one. I'm here. Number 2, begin a growth plan. These blue jackets that we wear are not just for show. You are in a growth plan. That is the whole point of leadership, is it's helping you grow and improve as a leader. And number 3, get out of your comfort zone. This is important. If you want to grow, if you want to improve, you could not sit in your comfort zone. You start growing the minute you step outside of that comfort zone. The more you step out of it, the more challenging things are going to be, but the more you're going to grow. All right? So, level 1, that is going to be it for you guys. We're moving on to level 2. All right. Level 2. All right. All right, we're on 13 for level 2, chapter 13, the law of the picture. So, it says people do what people see. This is going to be a recurring theme throughout this entire lesson. People are going to do what they see, right? So in level 3, when you start helping out with other classes, or if you're doing it now as a level 2 student, well, people are going to see what you're doing and they're going to copy you, whatever it is you're doing, right? So if you're here at the karate school, you're punching like this, right? With a hole in the middle of your hand. Other people are going to think that's okay and they're going to start doing the same thing. That's why we make sure that we're tightly closed and doing everything right. All right? And that's what this is all about. The law of the picture is people do what people see. It says, leaders are both highly blank and highly blank. These two are important for any kind of instructor or teacher. All right? First, they have to be highly visionary. Highly visionary. They have to be able to see what the goal is. They have to be able to picture in their brain everything that's going on, right? Because visionary is part of our word of the month that we just got done with, visualization, right? You're able to see things in your head and see the positive outcomes, see what you want to achieve, right? That's all this is. So you're able to see what is the big goal. And number two, they're highly practical. They're not going to tell you, hey, it's okay, you can earn your black belt in a year. Easy, right? Usually it takes 4 years to earn your black belt, usually. And that's very important. Why? Because that's practical. I'm not going to force you to learn everything we're learning in 1 year. That would kill you, all right? But you have to be able to like soak up everything and make sure the practice is there and everything. That's why being super practical is very, very important. All right, modeling insight for leaders. Number one, followers are always watching what you do. Like I said, that's going to be the big theme throughout this entire time, because people are always watching what you're doing and they're going to copy you. Followers are always watching what you do. Blank speak louder than word. This is a very popular phrase that people use all the time. It's super easy. It's actions. Actions speak louder than words. So this is very important, right? If you are not able to sit there and if you just sit there and say something, but what you're saying is exactly not what you're doing, well, then people are going to do what you're doing, not what just you say. All right, so it's very important that we do everything that we are saying we're doing, not just saying what we want everyone else to do, right? All right, number two, it's easier to teach what's right than to do what's right. Blank what you preach. Another famous phrase, it's super easy, it's practice. Practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. This, again, like the last one, what I was saying, if you are doing one thing and saying another thing, they're going to do what you are doing, not what you say, right? So if I didn't do all this stuff, if I wasn't constantly on top of myself about using, all the words we use in our student creeds, our black belt creed, I'm not focusing and following on the word of the month that we have every month. If I'm not doing all of that stuff, well then how can I expect you guys to be doing the same, right? I can't, because I'm not practicing what I preach. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And that's where doing all this stuff is very important, because if you don't do it, no one else is gonna do it either, all right? And that's important for when you get into helping other people, or if you're going into a leadership role. You need to make sure you're doing the right thing. You make sure you're doing what you say you're going to do in order for other people to want to follow you too. All right? Number three, we should work on changing ourselves before trying to improve others. The first person you should change is yourself. You should always work on yourself first. Change yourself, make yourself better before you try to do it to other people. And this goes for everything, right? If you want to be better in a certain way, improve yourself first, and then you can help other people with it. All right? And number four, the most valuable gift a leader can give is being a good example. Leadership is more blank than taught. Leadership is more caught than taught. Leadership is more caught than taught. Again, that goes with everything we've been saying this entire time, because the law of the picture, again, is all about people do what people see, right? So they're going to see you doing something, and they're going to want to do it too. That's why, like, my level 3 students were super on top of what you're doing, right? Because basic class, if they walk in the door and they see you punching like this, or not kicking above your waist, or doing something that you're not supposed to, well, they're going to see that, right? And they're going to be like, oh, if they could do it, I can too, right? And that's why this is very important, because if they see that, they're going to think it's okay, right? And it's the same with us. That's why black belts are always on top of what they're doing too, because if they're doing things and you guys see what they're doing is not what we're trying to teach, well, then you're going to think that that's okay to do as well, and that's not okay, right? So we make sure that everyone in the like upper ranks, all the black belts, all the level 3 students, we make sure that they're doing their best all the time, because if we can have them doing their best all the time, that's what the lower ranks are going to do as well. All right, application. Number 1, leadership includes both technical and character. This is the mental and moral skills. First, make a list of your core values, such as integrity, honesty, those kind of things. Make your list of things that you value, right? So integrity, honesty, if you trust, let's see, loyalty. There's a whole bunch of them out there that you guys can write down, but I want you to make your list. Things that you look for in people. Good. All right, keep working on that, And then, number 2, are you a team leader? If so, exemplify, if so, do you exemplify these core values for your team? Are you the kind of person that you do everything that you're trying to show others that you do as a leader, right? So if you value trust, are you being highly trustworthy? If you value hard work, are you making sure that you're working hard, right? And if you are a team member, the second part of this, does your leader show these qualities? Does your leader show the qualities that you look for? Go ahead, write those down. And then that's going to be it for level 2. So thank you so much, level 2, for joining me today. You guys rock. Have a good afternoon. All right, level 3. Let me find my eraser because I put it somewhere. There it is. All right. Level 3. It's time to go. So you guys are on chapter 6 as well, or incredibly effective teaching technique, number 6. All right. So let me get there. This one is really important, all right? So it is praise publicly, reprimand privately. That's the lesson. That's the lesson for today. Praise publicly, reprimand privately. Public reprimands are humiliating. Avoid them at all costs, all right? This lesson is a huge one. Being scolded in front of your friends and peers is never a good thing. It makes you feel horrible, and it makes you want to never do it again out of fear. This is negatively. First word is negatively. Negatively. Yeah, no one likes getting yelled at in front of everyone, right? That's why we try not to do it, because it's going to make you feel really bad about yourself, and it's going to negatively affect what you're doing, and you'll never want to do that again, right? In a bad way, all right? And we don't want that. So that's why we never, again, we're not looking at someone being like, man, you're awful, that sucks. Never do that again, because when you do that stuff, people feel bad, and it's humiliating. They don't want to do it again, because they're going to be afraid of being humiliated, all right? And that's not good. Rule 3, number 1, reprimand in, we've been saying it already, reprimand is like yelling at someone, so we want to do that privately. Privately. And this is very important, right? If we are, you guys have seen it where like someone's not doing what they're supposed to here at the karate school or at home, school, somewhere where they're not doing what they're supposed to. What happens? Well, we take them into the office and we talk to them. all right? We don't yell at them out in front of everyone. That's not what we do at all. We take them privately and we say, hey guys, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. What's going on here? Like, we make sure that we are being, we're not being hard, like, we're not yelling at them, basically. We're not being mean to them, all right? Number 2, praise publicly. Publicly. Praise publicly. So for me, that's where we do things like spotlight and highlight, where we're telling you guys how awesome you're doing, and you guys are super great and amazing, awesome front kick, or man, those punches look great, those kind of things, right? That's what we do, all right? And that's where we like have people pay attention to you, and it makes you feel great, right? Well, for you guys, being my helpers on the karate floor, I don't want you to stop a class. Don't ever do that, right? It's my class or one of the other instructors' classes. So you just do it kind of quieter, right? If they're doing something right, you go to them, man, awesome job. Like, give them a high five. You're doing awesome. Thank you so much for working hard. Those kind of things. Because the people around them are still going to hear you doing that with them, right? They're still going to see you giving them a high five and telling them how awesome they are. It's just quieter, and it's not stopping the class. And that's what we want. And then number 3, blank, pass up an opportunity to praise someone. Is never pass up an opportunity to praise someone. Do your best when you see someone that is doing absolutely amazing to go up to them and be like, man, awesome job. You're doing great. Because the more you do that, the more they're gonna be like, I want that to happen to me more. Let me keep working hard. So that keeps happening, right? That's what we want. We want people to see that and work their hardest. All right? That's a better end. All right, so publicly praising. There's like a little box on your page that says publicly praising. In there, it says publicly praising raises the student's self-blank. It raises their self-esteem. Esteem. You guys have probably heard us talking about this a bit. It's how you feel about yourself. That's your self-esteem. All right, and we want you guys to have some high self-esteem because you guys rock. You guys are awesome. That's how you spell esteem. All right? It builds the kid up, and it does another thing to everyone around them, right? It motivates them to work hard too. Motivates. This is very important. If you're doing great, I want to make sure you know, because that's going to build you up. It's going to make you feel better, and it's going to make you want to work harder, right? And it's the same for everyone else as well. If you want to be a good helper, the more you do that, the more they're going to want to work hard, the better they're going to be. Plus, like I said earlier, the more you're like, oh man, awesome job, you did amazing, everyone else around them is going to hear that, and they're going to want to keep going to kind of have the same thing happen to them. All right? Builds morale, and it's great for retention for us. That way we keep having students come in, and we can keep building up black belts, right? That's the best part about this, is it's ongoing process. All right, now the other side of this, publicly reprimanding. So this is the bad thing that we don't want. All right, the student loses esteem. So they're losing self-esteem. That's not good. We want them to have high self-esteem, not low self-esteem, right? All right. It also says they won't want to come to class. This is very important. If they are being told how bad they're doing consistently, they're not going to want to be here, right? They're not going to want to come into class because they don't want to keep being humiliated. They don't want to just keep being like told that how bad they are. All right? It belittles the kid affected, and they won't respect the person who reprimanded them. All right? Now, leadership thought for you guys, and then we're almost done. So, leadership thoughts. When have you been yelled at in front of your friends and peers? So you're going to tell me a story, all right? And how did it make you feel? That's what I want you guys to answer. So it's a two-parter. When was a time that you got yelled at in front of your friends or your peers, and how did it make you feel? Awesome. All right, and when you've gotten that all written down, you guys are free to go. Make sure you guys are, like doing awesome, writing all this stuff down because it's very important. But other than that, that's going to be everything for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and have a good afternoon.